Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the meeting. This meeting is being recorded. I'm going to do roll call, and we do ask that you rename your Zoom name to your full name and the organization you're with. And if you're a resident, you could put the letter R. And for roll call, I'm just going to go down the list as it appears on my screen. And when I call on your name, if you could please unmute and say which organization you're with. And in former meetings, I used to introduce port staff and commission at the end. But going forward, we're going to be having them introduce themselves along with all the other attendees. Okay, so first up, we have Jeff Wingfield.
Hey, everybody. Jeff Wingfield, Deputy Director.
Thank you. Karen.
Hi, everyone. Karen Romero, Environmental Coordinator.
Thank you. Jason Cashman.
Hi, I'm Jason Cashman, the Port's Director of Environmental Affairs. Welcome, everyone.
Thanks. And Chuck.
Good afternoon, Chuck DeYoung, Plant Manager for H.J. Baker.
Thank you. Welcome, Chuck. And then Mary.
Mary Elizabeth, Delta Sierra Group resident.
Thank you. Welcome. And Luke Allen.
Hi, I'm Luke Allen. I work with Interacid as the compliance officer, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to do these meetings, and we learn a lot about the port that way. So thank you.
Thank you, Luke. So happy to have you. And Rod.
Oh, hi, Rod Iwashita, Director of Engineering and Facilities at the port.
Thank you. And Sylvester.
Good afternoon, Sylvester Aguilar. I'm the Real Estate Marketing Manager here at the port.
Thank you. And Angelina.
Hello, my name is Angelina Nguyen from Little Manila Rising.
Welcome. And Commissioner Trezza. And we do have Commissioner Bill Trezza on the call. And then next up, we have Catalina.
Hi, good afternoon. Catalina Elias, Director of Environmental Affairs for Cal Portland.
Thank you. Welcome. And Chris Cannon.
Good afternoon. Chris Cannon, Program Director at the Edward Schoolyard.
Thank you. Hi, Chris. And Daniel Orozco.
Hi, everyone. Daniel Orozco, Grant Management Specialist at the Port of Stockton.
Thank you. And Eugene.
Hi, Eugene Rollins, Terminal Manager for Interacid.
Thank you. Welcome. And Harry.
Hello, Harry Kenching, SSA Marine Superintendent, right now on Dock 10, tying up a ship.
That's awesome. Welcome. And Joey.
Hi, I'm Joey Beltry from Cafe Coop, Associate Director.
Thank you. Welcome. And Joe Vazzali.
Good afternoon, Joe Vazzali, Commercial Manager, Port of Stockton.
Thank you. And Kai.
Hi, Kai. I'm the Environmental Justice Organizer at Little Manila Rising.
Welcome, Kai. And Kirk.
Hi, Kirk DeHace. I'm the Port Director at the Port of Stockton.
Thank you. And Michael J.
Hi, Michael Johnson, Metro Ports, Director of Operations.
Thank you. Welcome. And Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Alvarado, Community Affairs Manager for Cal Portland.
Welcome. And Sean Ross.
Yeah, hi, Sean Ross, Western U.S. Ops Manager for Yara North America.
Thank you. Hi, Sean. And Stephen Bender. Hi, I'm Stephen Bender with Compliance First. Thank you. And let's see, Tina.
Hey there, good afternoon. Tina McIntyre with Cal Portland Public Affairs.
Thank you. And I think I saw Esther join.
I saw her join too.
Okay. So we have Esther with Restore the Delta on the call. And then I'm Julia with the Port of Stockton. And did I miss anybody? Or Quentin?
Yes, Quentin Rhodes, Vice President of West Coast Operations, Metro Ports.
Welcome. Okay, and then I don't think I missed anybody else. So I will go ahead and start sharing my screen. One moment. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. I'll turn it back on over to you, Jeff. Thanks.
Great. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. We appreciate it and value your time. And we just wanted to go over today's agenda. We're providing some port updates as usual. We have an update from the Edible Schoolyard. We have, as we mentioned last meeting, to talk a little bit about fly ash. We have got Cal Portland Cement here. And then we've got Yara North America to present on their new solar project at their facility. So to kick things off, I'll just give some updates. We got a new board commissioner recently. The county appointed Miguel Villapadua as one of our new board members. He's going to be replacing Stephen Griffin, who retired. And then also I mentioned last month as well, but Gregory Page is also a newer appointee. He's appointed by the city council, and he's going to be replacing Commissioner Atwater. So we've got some new faces on our board. We're excited about that. Just for everybody's kind of recollection is that the city council, the Stockton City Council, appoints 4 of our board members. And then the San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors appoints 3 additional. So we're governed by a board of 7 commissioners that then oversees and sets policy for the port and oversees the port director, Kirk DeJesus. So we're excited about that. We've got 2025, our Green Marine application has been submitted, and we're having our third-party verifier coming out at the end of March. So we have a meeting with them tomorrow, but we'll be busy with Green Marine recertification. We also had Rotary Read-In. We had a group of, what was it, about 7 or 8 that went over to George Washington Elementary. The way we do it, the port buys the books. We read the books to the students and kind of get a chance to spend some time with them. And then we donate the book to their library. So it's a really cool day. And I just, any port commissioner or any port staff or tenants that are interested in doing that as well, you can reach out to us. And it really is a great day and a good opportunity to go and spend some time with the children who are going to be, tomorrow's leaders. So that is really, it's been really beneficial to our staff, and we get really good feedback on the day. We also had Washington Elementary's principal come out. That was on March 2nd. You can see a picture in the top right corner. And that was a great opportunity. But one of the things that was just, she was just beaming with excitement over the opportunities for some of the students. And so that kind of lit a spark, and we're going to be doing some tours for some of her students and seeing how we can get more involved there.
Jeff, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Chris has to hop off.
Oh,
Unless,
okay.
Chris, if you did have time to give an update, or if we just wanted to catch it next round.
No,
it's fine.
Jeff can finish. He can finish, and I'll go right after Jeff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, as I mentioned, we held a ribbon cutting for Yara for their solar project. Sean will be talking a little bit about that great project. We had representation from Congressman Harder, Assemblymember Ransom, the mayor's office, the Chamber of Commerce, Supervisor Mario Gardia was out, Little Manila, and Environmental Justice Coalition for Water. So it was a little bit windy that day. We had to make some adjustments to move everything inside, but overall, just a great project, and we're really excited for the leadership that Yara is showing there, and look forward to Sean's presentation. And then we've got, we're going to be participating in another cleanup day coming up, or a volunteer day. We're going to go out to Edible Schoolyard and do some volunteering with them. That's coming up in April. So we'll confirm that date and share that with the group. And then we've also got our Golden Mussel consultant, Marine Taxonomic Services, which is going to be coming to the next Port Outreach Committee meeting to provide an update there. Then we've also got our 3rd annual golf tournament coming up. That's going to be on June 8th over at Stockton Golf and Country Club. And Karen, do we have any updates on any violations? Any air quality violations?
There's nothing new that has been reported, so
Okay,
which is good.
great. Okay. And then we're going to be out at Earth Day at Victory Park, April 19th. So hopefully we'll see you out there. And then also the owls have began to nest in the owl boxes. And so that's really exciting. I saw a few of them today, and we actually had a reporter from Stocktonia that came out this past week and showed we showed them what was going on with the owl boxes as well. And here's a live look. You can see this one's on eggs. It's got, I think, 4 or 5 eggs in there. So she's been getting up and down all day long, but she's really excited. And no, it's a really cool opportunity. And yeah, if you ever have any questions, or we use the pellets from this to go out to the schools and talk to them about not only the owls but about the port as well. Did I miss anything?
No, you did great.
Great. Okay. All right, Chris, let's get it over to you so you can get out of here. And we always appreciate hearing from Edible Schoolyard and the good work they're doing over there. So
I appreciate all the work that y'all do, and thank you for that. Usually, my colleague comes, but she's out sick today, and so y'all stuck with me for right now. But thank you for having us, and thank you for just a continued partnership. One thing we wanted to say is that we will have that clean volunteer day, April 11th. We're getting the flyers made right now. So I'll get that to you hopefully in the next 48 hours. It's going to be a couple hours at the farm, right? We're getting ready for our farm festival that next Saturday, which I'll get you that flyer too. We will provide food and water and things like that. It'll just be a good time to be out on the farm. They say that that greenery is good for mental health. And so being outside and in space like that will be good for yourselves and for us. So we're looking forward to that too. Following that next Saturday, April 18th, from 10 to 2, we have our first farm festival. We do 4 farm festivals a year. So this one we call Spring Fling, right? Springtime, time to just be out on the farm with the families. We'll do like a cooking demonstration, depending on what we have on the farm, what produce we have left. We do our CSA giveaway, where we pass out 130 bags every week. This Saturday, April 18th, it'll be 150 bags. Because more people come out. It is first come, first serve, so we hope that you get there early enough to get a bag. We also do maybe a bee demonstration, because we do have a beehive on the farm. We're checking Georgia's schedule now. That's usually a big hit, especially with field trips that we offer, because he shows you the bees on the honeycomb and he shows you the routes that they take. So it's a very interesting demonstration. And we'll have games and food and just a day to relax on the farm. So I'll send that flyer out to make sure that gets in the newsletter. But that is April 18th from 10 to 2 on that Saturday. I like how you said with Supervisor Gardia, he came to our farm about 2 weeks ago for the first time. So we got to meet him and build a relationship with him. As you know, we are in his district. So it's good to have him out and have his support, as we did with his predecessor, Miguel. So it's good to hear that Supervisor or previous Supervisor Villaputa is now Commissioner Villaputa. He was also a big supporter of the farm. With that being said, yeah, we're continuing to do our field trips. We're looking for more schools to partner with. So if there's any educators on the call, or if you know any teachers, please contact us. As you know, we're supposed to do 50 field trips a year. It's a big hit for the schools. It's a break for the teachers, so it works out good for everybody. And so our field trips usually last about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, depending on the group size. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, the day that we booked in. So if you know any educators or any teachers looking for field trips or of that nature, please contact me. I'll send out my contact information. With that being said, those are all updates we have now. We'll be having some construction projects on the farm pretty soon due to our partnership with the port. We appreciate that. Well is being built pretty soon, which is going to be key because, as you know, in the summertime, we use more water. And on a 6-acre farm like that, we use a lot of water, right? And so this will help out with the water bill, which then we can allocate the money towards more programming to be more of a need for the community. So we appreciate that. And the produce stand, right? I mean, the aesthetics, it will look beautiful out there. We'll be able to make our CSA day more communal, where people are able to get out their cars and talk to one another and build relationships with my staff. And so ask them questions. That's key because we can give you the food, right? But if you don't know what to do with it, you'll throw it away. And so build those relationships with staff will help you think of other ways to cook bok choy or cook squash, right? And so our produce stand will help with traffic to help us get people to come out their cars onto the farm on Wednesday so they can talk to us. And so that will help grow our vision of changing behaviors in the long run. So those are all the updates I have today. Sorry to share my screen. I don't have a presentation. It's the last minute for me, but I'll send out that information to Julia and she'll get it out to you all.
Wonderful.
Any questions, comments from me?
Thanks, Chris.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, Chris. Now we're going to switch over to Catalina Elias with Cal Portland to give us an update on what they're doing, as well as Soda Ash.
Okay. Hey, can everybody hear me okay?
I'm sorry, Fly Ash, not Soda Ash.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. And is my screen sharing all right?
Yes.
All right. So welcome, or thank you for having us here. I'm Catalina Elias. I know I introduced myself briefly earlier, but I'm the Director of Environmental Affairs for Cal Portland for our cement operations. I've been with the company for 9 years, and I'm based out of SoCal. So I started out as an intern, so I do count those 2 internship years. Oh, and one exciting thing is that we've been around for 135 years. So that's our 135-year anniversary logo. We've been around since 1891. But before I start talking more about our operations in particular, I did want to go back, way back in history and just talk a little bit more about cement and concrete. So if you've been lucky enough to go to Rome, I haven't yet, but I did get to go to Switzerland one year, and they had ancient Roman aqueducts made out of concrete. They're still around. So they used very, very, very strong concrete, over-engineered, some would say. And that concrete used cement. Is it the same cement that we use today? No, it's more considered natural cements. So there's materials like limestone, gypsum, or volcanic ash. They were just mined in place and then minimally processed to make the concrete that they used at the time. But it clearly worked. And then in 1758, the formula for modern cement was created by this guy named John Smeaton. And he was told, make a better mortar for your lighthouse. So make a material that can withstand elements, can be there for a long time. They don't want to be rebuilding this year after year. In 1824, another John patented a new formula, and he called it Portland cement. And that's not because of Portland, Oregon. It's because the concrete formed with the cement looked like the rock that was available at the Isle of Portland off the English coast. That's why we're called California Portland Cement Company, or Cal Portland, because when we started in 1891, we were making cement made from this traditional formula patented in 1824, so Portland cement. And traditionally, it was made with vertical kilns. So they would build a big fire at the bottom, put in their raw materials, get it up to a certain temperature, and they would have multiple kilns in these fields, large fields of them. That's the old way of doing it. Modern day cement plants look like this. So this is our Oro Grande cement plant down in Southern California. It is our largest plant in the state, but it's very similar looking to any other cement plant that you're going to see if you drive past. So we have modern preheater, precalciner towers that make us more energy efficient and also bring down the processing time. So material actually moves through that tower in the span of about 20 seconds. And then it's in our kiln for about 20 minutes. And at the end of it, you get cement at the end of our whole process. And so I hope that by now you realize that cement and concrete aren't the same thing. So cement is that powder on the left-hand side, whereas concrete is cement plus water plus aggregates or sand and gravel. And cement's the main active ingredient, and it's the glue that holds it all together. So that's why it takes all this crazy processing, high energy, different fuels to make it reactive in order to hydrate and form concrete that we use all over our infrastructure. So CalPortland was founded in 1891. We are a manufacturer of not only cement, but also concrete, asphalt, and aggregates. In the Western US, we're in 6 different states, and we do have 1 terminal in British Columbia, so you can say we have a Canadian presence. Down on the left, that's another angle of a cement plant. In the center, that's a ready-mix concrete truck. So that's actually what's going to be taking the concrete to a job site. So you're going to have way more concrete plants in the US than you do cement plants because they need to be within an hour of the customer. And then on the right-hand side, that's just an example of some aggregate stockpiles at some aggregate quarries. We have over 3,000 employees spread out over 4 cement plants, 3 in California, 1 in Arizona, 19 terminals, 77 ready-mix sites, 24 aggregate plants, 2 asphalt plants, and then you can imagine we have a lot of vehicles for that. So we operate over 1,300 ready-mix trucks. We also have a fleet of bulk powder haulers to get our cement where it needs to go. And here's a general overview of where we're located. It's all along the Western United States. We're known for a history of safety. So we frequently have plants that go many years. Our Rito cement plant went even up to 5 with 0 reportable injuries, which is pretty incredible if you think about the 5,000 acre facilities that we're running. We're known for our technical expertise. We have a whole construction division and our own state-of-the-art central laboratory that works on everything from customer issues to decarbonization. Quality unsurpassed. That was on an old cement sack. I couldn't find a picture of that, but I did find that one from our 100-year anniversary. It says quality and service. So we meet rigorous ASTM standards and go above and beyond to help our customers troubleshoot any problems. And then we're known for our social responsibility. So our employees participate and volunteer in local community events. For example, we're sponsors of Women in Mining, both at the state level and national level, and the Mojave Environmental Education Consortium, which provides high quality environmental educational resources for K-12 students. We give them field trip grants and school garden grants. Our Oro cement plant actually received the San Bernardino County Medal of Honor in Education for our work with local organizations that promote education and for the number of field trips that we hosted one year. So we bring on kids, I think some as young as 4th grade. We try not to get any younger because it gets a little scary with having them come out to the plant. But everything from, I think, 4th, 5th grade up to high school seniors, and we discuss the environment to career tracks to our local students, and they get to see our process from beginning to end. We're also known for infrastructure projects. So things like Allegiant Stadium, LA City Hall, the Hoover Dam, Disneyland, the LA Memorial Coliseum. Our cement's been around for a while, since 1891, so we are in quite a bit of the buildings and iconic sites that you see day to day. Our sustainability initiatives touch everything from power to land use to fuels and cutting edge cement blends. So we've been an Energy Star Partner of the Year for 20 consecutive years. I like to think it would have been 21 if they had it this past year. And that's longer than Fortune 500 companies such as Toyota or 3M. We've converted all of our mobile fleet in Southern California to compressed natural gas, which is both better for emissions and it also generates less noise and smell. So our neighbors enjoy that a lot more, and so do our own drivers. We have a 24 megawatt wind turbine electrical generation facility at our cement plant in Mojave. And our advancement line of lower carbon cements is new and growing. Our scientists at our central lab are exploring different mixed designs to lower our carbon footprint. And then you might be wondering what a photo of a vineyard is doing here. But that's actually one of our old aggregate sites after undergoing reclamation. By law, once we have depleted reserves and will no longer mine an existing quarry, we are required to reclaim the land so that it may continue to have a beneficial use. So in this case, our aggregate quarry in the Central Coast was turned into a vineyard and winery. So now we can talk about our Stockton terminal. Even though California is the second largest cement producing state in the nation, so we're only behind Texas, we still aren't able to produce 100% of the cement needed within the state. This is where imports play a really crucial role in maintaining our state's infrastructure. CalPortland has operated a single cement storage dome at the port, and our two newest domes are there pictured on the right. These domes allow for a diversity of products, but more specifically, low carbon cements. The domes are filled from the ship unloader. Product is loaded out via the existing road via trucks, and we also have rail loadouts at the terminal. And then every transfer point is enclosed, vented through a fabric filter baghouse. So essentially that's just fancy vacuums that pick up the dust and then deposit it where it needs to go so that it's not escaping. And then all of these procedures are the same as those used for handling cement. We also have our Stockton West terminal. It's got a rail and truck loadout as well. We've got 4 silos, and this one handles specialty cements such as plastic cement and advancement HS and type 3 cement. It's just a little further west of our main Stockton terminal. And then what these lower carbon cements look like. So Portland limestone cement is the first that we kind of put out into the market. It's got lower carbon than traditional Portland cement because we are able to add additional limestone and reduce the amount of clinker, which is our intermediate product that's manufactured at our cement plant. That clinker requires a lot of energy, a lot of fuels, and high temperatures. So if we reduce that factor, we can actually reduce our carbon footprint, which is the reason all these supplementary cementitious materials exist or what they do. But Portland limestone cement specifically increases the limestone content, which is just limestone that's quarried, not processed other than crushing and grinding, and added to the final cement blend. Fly ash, it's been around for a long time. It's been in use for at least 100 years. And it's a byproduct of coal combustion, but it can be used as a supplementary cementitious material. And particularly, it's not considered hazardous and it reduces waste. And it can increase strengths in our final product. And then lastly, some exciting R&D that we've been doing is with calcined clay. So we can use clay as a supplementary cementitious material, and it takes much lower temperatures to get it to a point where it can be reactive and then added to cement. That's all I've got. Are there any questions?
And Jeff, you're muted.
I don't see any questions.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've really enjoyed having CalPortland as one of our tenants, and I know that especially when the Oroville Dam failed, that a lot of the cement from Stockton was actually utilized to rebuild the spillway up at Oroville. So we have a close to a great supply, really close here. Okay, if nothing else, great. We will turn things over to Sean Ross. He's going to talk a little bit about the great work they're doing over at the Yara Liquid Terminal. So thanks, Sean.
All right, thank you. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, first and foremost, how am I supposed to follow that up? CalPortland, that was amazing.
No, that's good. Hey, it's a completely different angle.
You guys set me up there. No, that was amazing, and it's great to see. It's great to see everything that they've done throughout the decades, and no, it's wonderful. So Yara North America has been around since 1905. You know, they started in a joint venture with the Norwegian government, producing nitrogen-based fertilizers. We've been with the Port of Stockton now since, I believe 1970 was when we came in at the liquid site and built this newer site just about 6 years ago. We also have a dry site over on Rough and Ready, where we do dry bulk NPKs, potash, and calcium nitrate fertilizer. So our liquid fertilizer, liquid calcium nitrate fertilizer, is essentially a byproduct from the NPK granulation process out in Sluiskill and Glumford, where the primary plants of ours are. In building this new location, we had hopes to attain LEED certification, and we found that it was a perfect trial to do our first solar project. The idea was basically, this is a little bit of a lower risk opportunity to work out the kinks and then look at larger facilities like our Stockton Dry facility over in Rough and Ready, where we have 200 by 600 feet of roof space for some real panels. Stockton Liquid, on the other hand, we ended up having to make a carport out of it to get all the panels that we could get. So it was a little bit of a win-win for my guys, being able to now have some covered parking in the beautiful California sun. And it left us the availability for the lot that you'll see on the right side here, for future development, whether that be RO, DI systems, or additional tanks, because we are definitely growing on the West Coast, specifically the Northwest and PNW, where most of our fertilizer here is going. So to start, we had implemented the system. It's a 101 kilowatt solar system, comprised of 242 Mission solar panels, and a 80 kilowatt inverter. Now, the reason for going over on the panels is due to the direction and being able to obtain as much sunlight as possible to fulfill that 80 kilowatt inverter potential that we have. So the system also we also added in 2 loop level 2 EV chargers. That also benefits with the charge program that is in California, providing basically the on equivalent $750 to $18,000 of grant funding to offset the cost of the electrical vehicle charging infrastructure. So implementing that, then the benefits obviously is the alignment with Yara's mission, vision, and our greenhouse gas reduction goals. Mission being to responsibly feed the world and protect the planet. A vision of collaborative society, a world without hunger, and a planet respected. By 2030, our goal is to reduce the absolute scope 1 and 2 greenhouse gas emissions by 30%. And by 2035, hoping to be carbon neutral. We've been developing blue ammonia and green ammonia, which is a little harder to achieve there. Blue ammonia is a little bit more realistic, but we're actually working in a joint venture right now in Houston to expand on that. We're already bringing blue ammonia we're already producing our fertilizers with blue ammonia that Stockton Liquid is actually receiving. But the benefits to us is essentially 42,000 in energy savings per year, eliminating around 68,000 pounds of CO2 scope 2 emissions per year. And then you can see here with the rebates and incentives. So you got the California modified accelerated cost recovery, depreciation deductions, the federal modified accelerated cost recovery depreciation deductions, and then the IRA section 48 and 30C. So, you know, basically what that's allowing us to do here is, you know, offset our energy usage virtually 100%, even, you know, selling back to the grid while we're still covering all of our power for the system. So it's exciting to get to this point where we're seeing it live in action, because, you know, it's just going to essentially pave the way for the Stockton Dry and further locations. In fact, right now we're looking into also tank solar systems. So we've been talking with a couple companies about solar panels that fix to the top of our tanks as a way to utilize more of that space and also protect the tanks from all right. This, you know, California, Stockton in general is, you know, A+ areas for solar generation. So it only made sense to start it over here and working with the Port of Stockton. They made it as easy as possible, especially dealing with PG&E and all the players in the game. So thanks to Port of Stockton for that. Looking at, you know, our panels right here, you can see the dashboard of what we've done so far. We've yielded over 240 just from December when we started. 30,000 pounds of CO2 emissions saved so far. It's the equivalent of 34,000 miles driven on sunshine. And you can essentially see showing you know, on a nice sunny day like this, what we're getting out of the system. Currently, we're working on some communication issues with a couple of the panels right now, which is why we're not seeing all of it. But yeah, ultimately we're providing all the power to pump all 4 lanes of product while also selling back to the grid. And Renewable Technologies is the company that we worked with for this operation. They've done a lot of work. They're family-owned business, been around for quite a while, and have been a great partner of ours. So looking forward to the continued work with them and to the additional systems that we're looking at building. And then on top of this system, other things that we are working on right now, we're updating our dust collection systems at the Stockton Dry location. We are currently, well, as I speak right now, building the new discharge equipment dust collection system with the latest technology in cyclone dust collection. As well as a new hopper design that will reduce the amount of CFMs, essentially the fan size that we would need to pull the dust in. We're also in the process of installing or upgrading the dust collection on our bagging unit, installing new dust collectors for both the upstream conveyor systems and the bagging room itself. So a lot of dust collection work, and if you're familiar with fertilizer and what it's supposed to do, melt, running it in our climate, not as bad as the South, but still a challenge. So we've been getting pretty creative working dehumidification units and dust injection into our dust collectors to be able to make them as efficient as possible, as well as installing a lot of technology for predictive maintenance and understanding when and how often we need to clean the system, change out the bags, and all that good stuff. So we've been working quite a bit on that. We've been changing out our forklifts to lithium-ion Hengchas, which due to their relationship with the mining for raw materials in China for the lithium batteries, we've been getting them at the same, if not less, cost than say the CATS and Hyster lead acid forklifts, and they're lasting twice as long and charge much faster. So no need for the guys to be to remember to charge them while they're on breaks or what have you. Unfortunately, we wish we could be doing this with the front end loaders. That's one of the last ones that we're needing to change over. Although for our size front end loaders, the technology is not really there yet. John Deere has some hybrid models, but due to being a little bit heavier in weight, they end up using about the same amount of diesel. So we've changed out 3 forklifts of ours already, and we're changing out the last 2 diesel lifts this year. Back over at the Stockton Liquid site, we're going to continue working on our LEED certification and continue our efforts from there. And that's all I have. Any questions?
Don't see any questions.
All right. Thank you.
Great. No, thank you so much, Sean. That was really informative, and it's great to see the work that a lot of our tenants are doing to green their facilities. So that's amazing, and we appreciate. We look forward to when technology catches up and we can do some zero emission front end loaders. But it's also great with the work you're doing on the lifts. So thank you all so much for being a great tenant. We really appreciate it. All right. 2 great presentations today. That was great. I did just want to give an update on what we have at the next POC meeting. We're going to have an update on the harmful algal bloom project. That they've been doing some sampling down in the Weber Point area. So I've gone over some of the data with Ellen, who's going to present next month, and it's really interesting. And so they're hoping to be in the water this year to do the dredging. And just for folks who don't know what this is, the Stockton waterfront routinely experiences harmful algal blooms that can be toxic, and we're working with the Department of Water Resources and with one of our consultants to look and see if we can dredge actually the seed stock that's in the water to reduce the impacts of, and reduce the seed stock so that we can reduce harmful algal blooms in the Stockton waterfront. So that is showing very promising signs, and she's got some very interesting data to share with us. I also just wanted to thank the AB 617 group, who they recently voted to approve some additional funding for Port of Stockton for California Central Traction Company to replace 2 of their very old locomotives with new zero emission technology. And so that's going to be ongoing over the next probably 12 to 18 months. But that is extremely exciting for us. The project has the potential to reduce about 250 tons of NOx. So we're very excited about that opportunity. So we'll routinely give updates as that project moves forward as well. Mary Elizabeth, I know you had asked previously about some data from Nautilus that is in the works. And so we will be following up with the group on Nautilus data. And then what else do we have? We'll also, at the next POC, give another update on EPA Clean Ports, as well as we're going to come and talk to Little Manila next week about what that looks like. We've got a few extra minutes. We got done a little bit early, so if there's any questions or any other topics, I really, if you're a tenant at the port and you're interested in giving a presentation, please do reach out. Or if you know anybody else who you think would be a good candidate. I mean, it's amazing. We love Sean, seeing the work that you guys are doing in Cal Portland. It's amazing. We appreciate you guys coming and sharing and just giving some of our community members a little bit of an insight into kind of the operations that go on at the port. So thank you all so much. And if there are other tenants that are interested, please do reach out. Were there any other follow-up questions, or Julie, anything else that you wanted to touch base on?
No, I think everything was covered really well.
Okay. All right, I don't see any other hands or any other questions, so if there's nothing else, we'll let you go a few minutes early.
Looks like we do have a couple hands. We've got
Oh,
Mary
okay.
Elizabeth and Kai.
Good. Yeah, go ahead. Mary?
Yeah,
Did you
so I
have
wasn't
any
planning on
announcements?
saying anything, just to listen, but I would like to ask that the port, and we also have present here the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District, because I recently attended a meeting on Saturday when I was informed that the Air District is planning on issuing a permit for a direct air capture operation to be located, it seems, now my understanding, although I couldn't say for sure, at a Pelican Renewal site on Navy Drive there. And also, I was forwarded at my request information related to a CEQA documentation that has already occurred and been approved with CEC with the port as lead. And so this is concerning to me that we don't end up being in a situation where, just certain information is disclosed. And so I would like for there to be more coordinated disclosures between the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District, who issues air quality emission permits, and the Port of Stockton, who is a leasing agent. And I know you don't have direct regulatory control. However, there was a representative of the Port of Stockton at that same meeting who left before I was able to attend. So I wanted to put on the record that information, and look forward to additional conversations and process improvements so that the community can be more fully engaged and aware of what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you. And Kai?
Hi guys, sorry, I'm going to the dentist really soon, but I just wanted to share a little opportunity that Little Manila Rising is hosting a convening next week on Thursday, March 26th from 10 to 6 p.m. I will drop the link for registration. It is for non-government organizations or nonprofit or community members to join. It's kind of open registration right now. There is no deadline. We will be providing breakfast and lunch, but essentially it's going to be kind of a bunch of presentations with guest speakers from Pacific Environment, West Oakland Environmental Indicators Project, and Moving Forward Network, as well as the Port of Stockton, who will be speaking at the end. So yeah, we just wanted to raise a little bit of awareness on like port infrastructure and air quality, air pollution. So if you're interested, please check that out. The agenda is in the form, so if you just keep clicking through it, you'll find that there's a bunch of speakers going on throughout the day. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can also email me. It's just kaili@littlemanilarising.org or littlemanila.org. So yeah, I hope some of you can join. It will be in Stockton in person. There is no hybrid option. It's going to be at one of our offices on Branch Street.
Great. Thanks, Kai. We appreciate that. And I don't have anything else. Does anyone else have anything else that they wanted to announce or any questions? Or if not, then thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next month, and have a great rest of your afternoon. Thanks all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.